Yeah, now we're getting into the hard questions. Now, now hierarchical models, you can treat them as the reward at the end of the final level of SBI, right? Almost all SBI, with very few exceptions, is done on flat, aka non-hierarchical models. There's a good reason for that. Like hierarchical models are super challenging. To begin with, what is the simplest hierarchical model that you can have? It's a two-level model, right? What is your favorite two-level model?
Whew. So you mean a kind of model on a kind of data set, or
Yeah.
like in general?
What example should we
Okay.
have here?
Yeah, well, you know, one I really like and I started working with was something doing electoral forecasting in France. So here the hierarchy is very interesting because you've got cities inside things that we call departments, but they are like, regions. And then you've got the whole country. So you have that pyramid of 3 levels. I think
All
it's
right.
an interesting one.
Yeah. So let's stick with that, right? So we have to simulate then this model across 3 levels, which are now, well, one level is always there. That's a flat model, right? But the new levels that you added, let's say the region and the country, right? Now you have 2 more dimensions that you have to simulate, which may not seem very problematic if your simulator is fast, but suppose that your simulator is slow, like it's already pretty hard to simulate even one instance. Suppose you're modeling the brain, right? And you have a brain emulator that takes a few minutes to generate one sequence, right? Now, suppose you want to model hundreds of brains at the same time. You have hundreds of these to simulate, and this is just one training instance, okay? So there's no way you can train this model efficiently if you proceed like that, okay? And this is also barring memory issues and the need to design specialized networks. Now, what do I mean here, right? When you have hierarchical models, you're modeling at least two different categories of parameters. Like you have the local parameters, which vary. For example, let's stick with your case again by location, but just some global parameters that capture what is shared among the locations. And you don't want to model this separately, right? What you really care about, if you're a proper Bayesian, you want the joint distribution of all these parameters conditioned on all the available data to get this precious shrinkage that you're after in the hierarchical model. This puts you in a tricky situation when designing your neural networks, because now you can't just say, okay, I'm going to take all my parameters and put them as a single vector and say, okay, that's a high dimensional parameter space. Neural networks can deal with higher dimensional parameter spaces like images. No, you can't do this because your problem has a symmetry, right? So this joint posterior factorizes in a particularly nice way, if you think about it, right? So you can actually pose this problem as estimating each of the local parameters conditioned on each of its local data, but also conditioned on the global parameters.